Hi everyone, it's Becca from Scratch Magazine here. I hope you're all having a wonderful Friday and are excited for the weekend. And now I'm certainly excited to soon be joined by Emma Laverton, who is the Glitterbels Education Ambassador. And today she'll be joining us to demo various pop art nail designs. Now, I'm sure you all know, but pop art nails, or as they're sometimes called, comic or cartoon nails, seem to be taking over at the minute. They seem to be the next big trend. And I know that when we posted a gallery on our website of various pop art nail designs and also some Instagram and Facebook images, you guys went crazy for it. So today, for those of you that aren't so confident with how to achieve the style, or maybe just want to see various different ways of creating it, then we'll be joined by Emma, who will be showing us different ways to do it. And also, if you have any questions throughout, please just pop them below and I'll ask Emma as she shows us various different ways of achieving the look. So I'll try add you in now, Emma. There we go, I've accepted you'll be here soon. And we can get started, which is really exciting. I know a lot of you have been loving this trend at the minute, which is great to see.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm excited. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited too. I mean, this trend has like blown up massively, hasn't it? So
It has, hasn't it? I've seen it everywhere.
yeah, definitely. So it'll be great to see how you achieve it. So yeah.
I've done a few options. I've done more than just the ones that we're seeing on Instagram. I've done like the lips and the eyes, and I've done like a little bomb as well. So it depends how much time we've got. I'll try and get through as many as I can.
That would be amazing. Well, I'll turn my camera off so we can focus on the amazing designs you're going to show us today, and we can get
Thank
started.
you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
We're so excited to have you too.
I have to try and swap my camera around now without accidentally switching off the live. Right, hang on. Oh. I'm at my home desk, so bear with me while I try and adjust this.
Oh wow, I can already see them designs. They look great.
Right. I really have to get a new live stand because this one is not very good. I would have got one for this, but it was quite spur of the moment. Right, hopefully you guys can see this. So these are the ones that I did yesterday with all Glitterbels products. Yesterday was literally the first time I had ever tried this trend. So I was in a panic yesterday trying to learn it, but it's quite easy to learn how to do. So I am just going to go ahead and get started. I just want to say before I start that there has just been a huge restock of Glitterbels today. So the white and black unbelievable gels in particular that people are very sought after have just come back in stock today, so grab them while they're in. You can use my discount, which I have here, which is EmmaGB 5%, and you will, oh, I forgot the 5 there. Hang on, let me just change that. 5%, there we go. So it's EmmaGB 5%, and you will get a discount on them as well. And I will be using them a lot today, so I do recommend that you get them. So I have prepped some nails at the side here. I'm totally open to suggestions on color as to what you guys want to see today. So we'll start with a basic one. There's a few different techniques that I found you can do to get different effects. So I found that the ombre is quite nice, as well as like the straight harsh line of like the comic book line. So I will put down a base layer of a nice bright color. I find the bright colors work really nice for this, but the nudes are quite nice as well, actually. I quite like the nude trend.
To be fair, I've been seeing a lot of like autumnal brownie kind of nude ones, which are really nice.
Yeah. Should we go with this color? It's quite bright, isn't it?
Love that, yeah.
This is Fearless Fancy, by the way, from the Festival collection. And it is an incredible color. And this brush, oh, excuse the mark on there from Blue Tack. This one is the size 6 square tip, flat tip, unbelievable gel brush. I absolutely love these brushes. I think they're fantastic. They're my favorite. I use them every single day. You really just need a very thin layer of unbelievable gel because it is so opaque.
I love that colour.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? I absolutely love this color. It was really popular over the summer.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so when did you start using Glitterbels then, Emma?
I started using Glitterbels literally from my first day of training. I've done all of my training with Glitterbels. Um, and I started in, I want to say May or June last year. So I'm just over a year qualified now, and I became an ambassador a month after qualifying.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
So I've just put on a thin layer there to start with, and I'll just pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. I have prepped some other ones, but I thought I would do this one from the start since it's the basic kind of one that everyone wants to learn how to do and won't take me long.
Yeah. This is the one with Instagram, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm seeing it a lot. So I've got my white and my black unbelievable gel because I will need them for every single set I do. So for the plain ones, I tend to go with a slightly darker color that's complementary. So what will we go with? Will we go with it's a fling maybe? What do we think? Does you think that's gonna work?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, let's go with that. So that color is It's a Fling from the Romance collection. Absolutely love that collection. It's so beautiful. Okay, that should be ready now. And I'm just gonna pop on another layer.
Oh, everyone's saying good choice with the It's a Fling.
Sometimes you just have to experiment a little bit with the colors, don't you, and swatch sticks. Like if you're ever not sure of how to do a trend, like and you're worried when a client's requested it, if they've given you a bit of warning, just get out some press-on tips and have a little bit of a practice. It's honestly the best way to find out like the little tricks. Because looking at a picture, you can't always kind of gauge how to do it automatically. And if you're sitting with a client, you're going to be under a lot of pressure. So just give yourself some time to sit with your swatch sticks and just have a little play. I'm trying to get everything in the shot.
Looks great.
So this brush that I'm going to use for the black outline is the 20mm liner brush from Glitterbels. Look at the handles, aren't they so pretty? I just love these brushes. And I use this all the time. I use it for French. I use it for this pop art trend. It's so good for getting like a nice steady line. Like I did Beetlejuice nails a couple of weeks ago, and I used this brush for it, and it honestly made it a dream. It was so good. Highly, highly recommend. Right, that should be ready now. Before I go around with black though, so for the pop art trend, I find the best thing to do is determine where your light and your shadow is going to be, because that is how you get that pop art look. So if I show you, hang on, where's my plain one? This one here. So I've got my shadows down on this side, and I've got my highlights up here. So this is the one with like the straight line that I've been seeing a lot on Instagram. People do it lots of different ways, so don't feel too much pressure to do it a certain way because there's so many different ways you can do this. This is just the way that I've seen, and I will show you some other options as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit of It's a Fling in the Unbelievable Gels, and I'm just going to paint like I didn't get much paint on there. My camera's sitting awful low. I'm finding this hard to work with. I might have to adjust it because I can't really see what I'm doing. Just going in with a little bit of a shadow there. And I'm just going to make sure that this line of the shadow is quite harsh. And try and mimic the shape of the nail as well. So it looks like it's got that 3D effect. These pop art nails are really kind of trippy because they are like 3D, but they're flat at the same time. It's so odd.
Yeah.
Right, hopefully you can see that. So I've got like a tiny bit of shadow there. In retrospect, its flame was maybe a little bit too light, but hey ho. I'm gonna try and move my camera up a little bit because I can't see what I'm doing.
Interesting to think about the light and shadow that you're saying. I mean, I guess I've just seen it and thought, oh, well, you just put like a line there, whatever, but you have got to think about it, I guess.
Yeah, the more I was looking at them on Instagram, the more I noticed there is definitely a kind of method to it with the shadows. So if I show you this one, for example, like you've got your black line all the way around, which gives you like your drawing kind of effect. But up here, I've done it with the light instead of the shadow on this one. So I've done a straight, harsh line of light there. And then you've got like it's almost like comma shapes down here
Hmm.
for your shadow. And then it's like, the best way I can describe it is it's like an exclamation mark for that little tinge of light.
Yeah.
Right, so I've popped that in the lamp and I'm going to go around with my black liner now. This black Unbelievable gel is easily the most used Unbelievable gel I have, I think. It probably looks like the white one is, just from looking at the pot. But I think it's because I use less of the black because it is such a thick black, you really, really don't need much.
Yeah. I guess
So
that is such a staple colour.
I'm just laying down this liner brush along the side there. And the flatter you lay it against the nail, the straighter and steadier it's going to be. Like a lot of people seem to think that a smaller brush is going to make it easier, but I would actually say the opposite, and that's just from trial and error.
Yeah.
And maybe being a bit too finicky about this for a live stream, considering it's just for you to get the general idea. But I do find that this black line is the most important part of the nail.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, black's not an easy colour to correct, so it's good to be precise.
Having said that, don't judge my own nails. They have been through hell and back this last couple of weeks. They desperately need an infill.
I thought they looked great, and now I've looked, I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice, but there we go.
I've just realised I forgot to put my glasses on at the start of this live stream. No wonder I'm struggling. I'm being far too finicky with this. I really have to just kind of show you the idea, but I'm such a perfectionist, honestly.
Oh
It
no,
really, really stresses me out if it's not right.
it's good to see. It's good to see how precise you've got to be.
Something as well I've found is that a bit of variation in the thickness of these lines kind of gives it more of that cartoony look.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have like a jagged line, it's fine. But I found that kind of making the lines, sorry, thicker around these edges really gave it like that kind of bubbly shape. Oh,
Yeah.
I've just gone a bit too far with that. It doesn't matter. Honestly, like you really don't have to be too finicky with this trend just because it is meant to look like a drawing. It's not meant to be super, super realistic. That's
Mm.
the thing with pop art.
Yeah, definitely. And nothing has to be exactly the same, I would say.
So that is the black line the whole way around. And I'm just going to pop that in for a little 30-second flash cure. And then I will show you the white. Which brush? This one. So this brush that I'm using is from the pack of 5 art detail brushes. Really like this pack, as well as the rainbow liner brushes. I honestly can't recommend them enough. They're just so handy to have, especially since I don't know if you had a look at my Instagram, but I mainly do like portraits and Disney stuff, and I use them for that all the time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So here I've got my white unbelievable gel on my brush, and I am just going to kind of identify where I want the light, and I kind of want to mimic that shape in the corner so it looks 3D.
I think it's crazy, isn't it? It doesn't look like the trend until you put the black border on, and it's instantly like you can tell what it is.
Do you prefer them matte or glossy? Have you seen the difference
I
between
have to
them?
like both for different reasons. I saw some the other day that were really glossy, like super glossy, and I was like, wow, I quite like them. But I've also seen matte ones, which I think it depends on the colour maybe, which stand out.
Yeah, I agree actually, because the nude ones look really good matte, but I find the colorful ones are so cute when they're shiny.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just gonna put a little dot of white there.
And so
And
why do
I could
you think,
even, oh,
oh,
sorry,
I was going to say,
what were
why
you gonna say?
the trend is so big now? Like, why do you think it's like come now?
I'm not sure actually. It kind of appeared out of nowhere. Was
Yeah,
there a celebrity that was wearing it to start with for Halloween? Is that what it was?
or maybe that's a good idea. Yeah.
I'm sure you've probably got a better idea than me because I imagine you guys have to really keep an eye on the trends
Well, it
working
did
for
just seem
Scratch.
to come out of nowhere. To be fair, suddenly on Instagram, everyone was doing it, and I was like, what?
I know the good thing about this trend though is that it's something that is not too bad for a salon environment. It's reasonably quick to do once you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Like the last trend, the ombre French, the illusion one,
Mm,
completely freaked people out.
yeah.
It was not a very salon friendly design, but this one thankfully is.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put in that last line of shadow. I'm going to go in with black and just go down here and make it a tiny bit thicker on the tail. I'm sure you're used to text working a lot faster than me. I'm used to working at my own pace because I usually do press-ons, so I forget that most people, when they're doing these, are attached to a person.
Oh no, no. Honestly, you're doing great. We've had loads of people comment saying how great you're doing, how much they love your work.
Okay, so that's that one done. And I believe you wanted me to show how to do the French as well.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
So on this one, I have put down a layer of the peaches and cream Hema-free bottles. By the way, look how cute these bottles are. They're so cute. Annabelle's done such a good job with them. And on top of that, I've put a layer of one of the original black bottle gels, which is called Twinkle. And it's this gorgeous, shimmery kind of opaque pink. It's so cute on top of Colours for French. And how I make it matte is I use the sponge file, the mega sponge file from Glitterbels, and I just literally just go over the top and buff it just ever so slightly after I put on a top coat. And it'll kind of give it not quite like a matte finish, but kind of like a demi matte, like a satin kind of finish. And I just think it looks so elegant.
Yeah.
I did think about doing this when I was prepping it yesterday, but I thought I would show you how to do it because Glitterbels don't have a matte top coat yet. I know Annabelle's been working on trying to get formula, but she's not found one that she likes yet, and she really wants to get it right. So I don't blame her. But I really like this method. I actually think it gives a really clean finish.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna wipe that down. So it's taken some of the shine off it, but not all of it. That one is done. So that is the finished effect of that one. I'll pop it
Right.
there. And what color will we do this one? I've done, I think, up here some pinks and oranges and a blue. So any requests for the French?
Oh, love that pinky colour, but let's see what everyone comments.
I know, decisions. Anyone got any suggestions? Shall we go with like something more Christmassy? Green?
I'm so
Green?
green. Yeah.
All right, let me have a look at my greens and see what we've got.
Oh, we've had green, baby pink, purple, blue, all of the colours basically.
We'll go with green then, because that was the first one that we suggested.
Yeah, had a lot of greens to be fair.
Let's go with Greedy Green, which I think is from the Summer Fun collection. It's a gorgeous color. Absolutely love this color. Let me just quickly get a brush. Again, this is one from the pack of 5 art brushes. Really like this brush. And I'm just gonna paint the ends. Just roughly.
Wow, it's such a nice shade.
It's such a pretty green, isn't it?
Definitely.
Which brush? I'll just clean this one quickly so I can do my ears of my French. People call them different things, I've noticed, when it comes to doing a French. I've seen some people call it the ears. I've seen some people call it like the smile line, I guess. At Glitterbels, we tend to just call it the ears of the smile line. You don't have to be too finicky about this as well because you're gonna go over it with a black line. So don't stress too much about getting it super, super even. Says me going in and then trying to fix it. I hate a wonky French. It's like my nemesis.
Oh, it's great so far though. Really love that colour.
It's such a pretty green, isn't it?
Mm.
I think the Summer Fun collection was one of the first Unbelievable Gel collections I got, and I absolutely love it.
I feel like Glitterbels colours are just so great, so versatile.
Oh, completely, yeah. I know they've got a couple more like big launches coming up soon as well. I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away, so I better not say too much. But I know there's a lot more funky colors coming. And they also have just released their advent calendars, which for pre-order, which are so gorgeous. I've ordered the gel one and I'm really excited to get it.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Do you think we'll see a lot of the pop art over Christmas?
Do you know what? I was thinking about this earlier. I'm intrigued to see how they'll put a festive twist on it, but I'm sure people will because nail techs are very talented.
So this color that I'm going to do the shadow with is Green Glory. It's not from a collection, it's one of the loose ones. I use it all the time, especially for like one stroke leaves. I find it's really handy for that. And for the lighter color, I'll probably just use my white again. Okay, that should do it. So I've got my little French here. And just going to take a little bit of Green Glory. And again, you want to kind of mimic the shape. So Oh, I've got a tiny loose hair there. I'm just gonna take it in like a line.
I love the contrast of that. It looks great.
That's the thing with pop art. I find the more the contrast, the better it looks.
Yeah.
Just like that. And I'll maybe do a little tiny bit here.
And I know you said you first started like trying out the trend yesterday, but what do you think your favourite variation of the style is?
Ooh. I saw someone do like a snow globe version of it that I thought was really cool.
Oh, wow. That sounds
It
great.
had like little bats and sequins in it, and I thought it was really amazing. I can't remember who the artist was. I know they've got a YouTube channel, but I've seen it floating about a couple times now, and I just think it's so cute.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So again, I'm just gonna do a little line just to mimic the shape. Don't worry too much about your shadow placements and like your light placements as well. As long as you've got like dark and light lines, it's gonna look right. So I'm just gonna pop that in the lamp. And then I'll do my black line again. The outline doesn't even have to be black. You can just do like a darker color and you'll still get the same effect, because you'll notice that with Disney drawings is they don't always use a black liner on their drawings. They'll often just use like a really darker shade of the palette that they're working with. So
Yeah,
you can even just do that.
definitely. 'Cause
Something as well. Oh, sorry.
it's harsh, can't it? That's what some clients may want.
Yeah, exactly. You've kind of got to do what the customer wants.
Yeah.
So again, I'm just gonna use my liner brush with the black on it. And I don't take too much on it. You don't want it to be like gloopy in the ends. I scrape it along the side just so that there's enough on it that you can lay it, but not enough that it's going to bead at the end, because that's going to throw your line completely off.
And I know we had when we were posting about the pop art nail trend online, we had someone say that they were worried they couldn't do it because they don't have a very steady hand for this sort of thing. What would you suggest for that?
This brush, honestly, this 20 millimeter liner brush makes it a dream, because as soon as you've laid down the flat brush against the edge, it's not going to budge. But I actually have a heart condition and a couple other disabilities. So I actually do get a bit of shakiness sometimes. And I was suffering with it really bad yesterday. It was really, really doing my head in.
Oh, bless you.
And even with that, I managed to do it with this brush. So honestly, like, don't talk yourself out of trying these designs before you've even started. Otherwise, you're never going to know. I get the same question all the time with like my portrait work and my Disney work. And people are like, "Oh, I couldn't do it. My hand's not steady enough." And it's like, "Well, how do you know? You've not tried."
Yeah,
And even if you have tried once, y like your first one's always going to be a bit of a flop, like unless you've got like really good beginner's luck. So you might as well give it a shot. You never know.
definitely. And I mean, if you get the right technique and the right brush, as you say, then you're sorted, really.
It's a lot of pressure trying it on a client, so just try it on a couple tips or like swatch sticks to start with. I'm just going to quickly flash through that so I don't move it. And just trying it like that, so you're not under pressure to finish it in a certain time and you've got another client that's going to come through the door. Just give yourself the time to learn these things.
Yeah.
That's what I love about these live streams, is that it's not gatekeeping learning these techniques. Like obviously like you can do classes as well, and that can be really helpful if you're really, really struggling. But you can quickly learn these techniques from YouTube or on here, like the Scratch live streams, or I know I've done a few live streams for trade shows and things. And you can just always up your game in some way or another. There's always resources out there.
That looks so good, honestly. I love the French style of it.
Do you like it with the black all the way around the top, or do you prefer it when it's just like this?
So you know what? I really like it as it is, actually. I think that looks really good.
Because this is another one I've seen a lot of variations of.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use a little detailer brush just to clean that little bit up because I can't stand a jagged black line. Something else I've noticed that's really cool is if you do your background, like your base color in matte, and then you do all your like lights and shadows and things with your detailer brush and keep it glossy, it really gives it that kind of 3D pop. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that does sound cool.
Because something else you can do with the French as well is like this is one I did with a harsh shadow line, and this is like the square edge here to mimic the shape. That's the most important thing about these, is to kind of mimic the shape that you're working on. That's what's going to give it that look. But on the ones that have the black up around the top here, I've seen some that have the little commas shading up here as well. Some
Mm.
people do it and some people don't. So there's a lot of free reign you can have with this trend. It's good fun.
Yeah, it's very versatile, which is great.
How are we doing for time? Will I do any other ones
Yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah?
absolutely.
Will I show you how I did the ombre ones actually? Because I actually really like the ombre ones. I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do it on another French. So, what were the other colors that people were suggesting? I think someone said like a baby pink. Oop, let me just pop this away before I knock it over. So that was the French one there.
Fab. Really love that green.
I know, I quite like the green actually. I was a little bit skeptical when I saw it, but I actually really like it. No,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. Let me just pick. Let's go with Pink Parade. It's a lovely bright pink. Love this color. I think this is from the Summer Fun collection as well.
Oh.
Absolutely love this color. Again, where's my brush? Where's my brush? I'm just gonna give it a little clean. It's still got Fearless Fancy on it. I do like Fearless Fancy though, but I don't want it in this one. I set it underneath my lamp. I've got a tiny bit of cured gel in it. I hate when that happens. So I'm just gonna paint on the edge here.
Oh, someone's just said that pink is perfect for this trend. It's like a bubblegum pink.
It is, isn't it? It's such a Glitterbels pink, this one. Okay, what color will I ombre with it then? Let's go with where is Dreamboat? Dreamboat's a cute one. It's a really light baby pink.
Oh, that's nice.
It's so cute, isn't it?
Definitely. I
This
feel
is
like
from the
great.
Pastel collection.
yeah, this trend is great because all of these colours can be used at any time of the year. Really, this isn't like a time specific sort of trend.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can also like suit it to the seasons. Like I've seen people do like little pumpkin face ones and like patchwork and things. And it's
Yeah,
so cute, isn't it?
definitely. I love seeing people do their own take on it.
So I'm just gonna show how I ombre my gels. This is the ombre brush from Glitterbels. And I'm just gonna pull it down. Again, I'm not stressing too much about that um, line there, just because I'm gonna go over it with the black anyway. And I usually do 2 layers to my ombre just to get it to blend really nicely. All right, how is
Yeah,
that? I do like an ombre. A gel ombre is really finicky to get the hang of, but once you do, it's a dream.
yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly cure that layer. The Unbelievable Gels cure for 60 seconds as well, just in case anyone was wondering. And let me have a think. Well, we do sugar candy might be quite cute as a shadow. Maybe a bit too red. Mm. Actually, a fair might be a perfect color. Yeah, let's go with that
Cool.
one for the shadow. You can do the ombre vertically or you can even do it horizontally, I found. I had a little go last night with the blues. Oh God, it's shaking everywhere. This is with 2 different blues, and that is it vertical. And I think it looks just as cool that way.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
a really nice trend on short nails. Like a lot of the ones I've seen are only on like super long acrylic nails, but I actually really like them in the short nails too.
Definitely.
What is your nails of choice? Do you like a short look or a long look?
Do you know what? Because my nails are a bit shorter, to be fair, I love a short look. But as you say, it's been quite tricky to find people with shorter nails doing this trend. So it's nice to see that nail.
It is cute though.
Yeah,
It's really quite flattering. I think a lot of people are scared of doing dark colors in a short nail with it just out of fear that it's going to make their nails look shorter.
I think
But I
it can, be a bit deceiving and add a bit of length almost.
it's very eye-catching.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take this up the edges. Just realized that I need to add a new 20 millimeter liner brush to my basket after this because clearly I need 2 for this. It would make things so much easier.
Have you had many requests then for this sort of trend or not yet?
I actually don't work in a salon, so I haven't actually had any requests for this yet. Just because of my health, I don't keep very well. So, um, I am not in a position where I'm taking regular clients very often. I do have a couple, but they tend to be quite short builder gels, plain. So
Yeah.
I haven't personally had any requests yet. But I do keep my Instagram up to date, and I've been waiting for an excuse to give this trend a try. So, what better excuse than for Scratch Magazine?
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people have wanted to try but haven't known where to start. So hopefully this will help them today.
I hope so. I would love to be tagged. If anyone gives it a try after watching this, I would love for you to tag me and Scratch Magazine because I love to see when people give these things a try after my live streams.
Yeah, definitely. Please do.
I just got my Scratch Magazine in yesterday, actually, the newest one. So I was having a flick through it yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
love getting my Scratch Magazine in.
Oh, that's nice to hear. That's good. I almost forget about it because it's so long ago that you send it off and then it gets printed and it's like, what was it again? What did they write?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, so So it's
It'd
nice.
be quite cool to see the ins and outs of how it all works. I find it all really interesting. Okay, where's my liner brush again?
Oh,
Go in.
was in the latest edition.
Yes, my name was in it. It's the first time that I've seen it in Scratch Magazine. Every month I flick through it going, oh, please let my nails be in here. Please let my nails be in here. But I did win 2 silver medals in the Olympia this year in Division 1. So my name was in it, but the
Oh,
picture wasn't. So I was like, yes, it's a step closer. I was
oh,
so excited.
oh, do you know what? We'll bear you in mind for next issue.
I'm sure it will appear if I earn it.
Oh, definitely.
I'm part of so many like nail tech group chats, and every time someone's in them from like our social groups or Glitterbels, we're all like, "Oh my God, there's Scratch Magazine!" Hyping
Oh,
them up.
oh,
That's the thing that I really love about the Glitterbels community is that we've got our Facebook groups and just for the training academy and also a separate one for the products as well if you didn't train with us. And the community support on Glitterbels is unlike anything I've seen in the nail industry. There's such an amazing support system there.
definitely.
Everyone's so happy for each other.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of people get nervous about going into the beauty industry is that, it's going to be like the cliquey, nasty girls from school, the pretty girls, but it's really not. Everyone is so nice that I've come across.
yeah. Everyone's biggest fan, aren't they? Almost, which is lovely.
Yeah, for sure. Just gonna thicken up that edge there.
I love that look. It looks great as ombre.
I haven't seen many ombre ones, but I did see a couple when I was having a flick through yesterday, and I just think they really stand out.
Yeah, yeah,
I think a lot of people stay away from it because they think, well, pop art has got to be flat. But the thing with drawings is like I used to do kind of illustration and things like that before I turned to the nail tech industry. And when you're using alcohol markers to do cartoons, like, when they're doing like the Walking Dead cartoons and whatever for the magazines and comic strips, they use pro markers and alcohol markers.
mm,
And the way they blend them isn't necessarily like a harsh line. Alcohol markers blend pretty seamlessly. So you can actually do blending like this and still achieve that comic book look.
yeah.
Just like that.
That looks
I'll
amazing.
go all the way around on this one. Where's my liner brush?
It's nice to see like a bit of a almost glam version, but still pop art.
I know you can really personalize it and make it your own. Sorry, I keep knocking my camera with my brush because it's right in the way. I apologize if you can hear my dog clicking about there. I
Oh,
did put the 2 noisier ones upstairs, but Rosie, my oldest one, she's 15 now.
oh,
Um, she likes to have a little wander around downstairs, so her claws are clearly in need of a little bit of a trim.
they always know when you're doing something as well, when to come and like make some noise.
I know that's why I put the 2 younger ones upstairs because as soon as I say the word hello, they start barking because they think
Yeah,
someone's at the door.
it was it.
Just like that.
Amazing. We've had
And
someone almost looks easy to achieve. I'm willing to give it a try. So that's good.
Definitely, like please tag me if you do. Like I love seeing if people give them a go or not.
Mm. And it's easier almost because it's not many colours, is it? You've got your black, your white, and then your colour really.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm using like different colored pots as well for like my lights and shadows and things, but you can even do it just with like mixing a bit of black and white to get your different tones. You
Yeah.
can do it with just like one pot of color and a black and a white. It's really that easy. It's
Mm.
so good for beginners. And like I said earlier, like the good thing about this trend is that it's so salon friendly. Once you get the hang of this, it's so quick.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just going to go in with my white on the lighter side and just do a little swoosh. Oh God, sorry. The thicker you do this kind of white line as well, the more cartoony it looks. And I'm just going to go in with my dot for my exclamation mark kind of shape. Just like that.
Amazing.
And then I'll do the black on the other side. Oh no, I said I was going to do a fair, didn't I? Getting all mixed up. Right. I'm hoping this shows up well. Oh yeah, that's quite a good color.
And I hope people will be encouraged to try this because see you started doing this yesterday and look at how great you are now. So there's no reason to be scared.
I know Ebony, our media manager at Glitterbels, she was asking the ambassadors who wanted to give it a go, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not free that day. I've got clients that day." And it was, I think it was me that replied first, saying like, "Oh, I'm free on that day," but um, I have never tried this trend before. And Ebony goes, "Oh no, you'll be fine. You'll learn it fine." So you're doing it. So I was like, "Oh God, okay." So here I am.
But you've
Do
done
we have
great.
time for one more, or shall we leave it there?
We've got about 10 minutes, so
10
whatever you
minutes.
before it cuts off. Yeah.
Well, I show you how to do the eye then,
Oh, nice.
because it's still pop art, but it's not one I've seen many people give a try. So let me just pop that to the side. So this color here is Spicy from the Nude collection. I absolutely love the Nude collection. It's probably my most used collection. And I'm going to use Bare All again from the Nude collection. And I'm going to use my dotting tool. I don't actually have the Glitterbels dotting tool yet. It's been in my basket for so long, and I just haven't got around to getting it yet. But so I'm using this super old, cheap one just now. So I'm just going to do even dots all over where the hair isn't going to be. If you want to make something look really pop arty, then these dots and the thick black line and the white highlights is the way to go. You can make pretty much any drawing look like pop art just by doing that.
That's amazing. So simple as well, but so effective. And I love
These
that
are.
you're a bit different for this, which is nice.
I know I've kind of taken the pop art brief and gone a bit overboard with it, haven't I?
We love that though.
I think it was the flat art theme for last year's Olympia, wasn't it? Pop
Yeah,
art.
yeah,
I was only newly qualified, so I hadn't entered that one, but I remember seeing the entries and I loved it. I'm super into like the pin-up and pop art kind of vibes, so this
yeah.
is right up my street.
Oh, I love that. And someone said, "Thank you for this live. It's really helped." So that's lovely.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for those of you who are watching as well. I've had some really nice comments saying people were really looking forward to it, so I hope it's been helpful in some way.
Of course, I
And
feel like
it's like,
you broke it down really well, which is good to see.
what was that, sorry?
I feel like you've broken it down really well, so it's not so scary. It's nice to see.
I hope so. I would ideally like to start like design classes in future. So hopefully I am somewhat of a good teacher.
Oh, definitely. We've had loads of people say they love your work throughout, so
I'm going to quickly put on some comma lines on this one while I'm waiting for the dots to cure. Oh, sorry. God, I keep doing that. I really don't think you can go overboard with this, with thickness. Because the thicker you go, I think the more pop arty it looks.
yeah,
And the thing with pop art is that you really don't even have to come up with a design off the top of your head either, because there's so many pictures of pop art on Google and Pinterest and
yeah,
Instagram. You can get so many ideas that way.
definitely.
Just makes a little bit of difference.
Mm.
I forgot to say this color is Almond Crunch on the bottom from the Hema Free collection. Really like that collection.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna quickly top coat this as well so I can make it matte. This is so rushed. I apologize.
Don't apologise at all. I
And
feel
I'm
like
sitting here.
I've watched you for days doing this. It's really nice.
Honestly, I could sit and do this for days. If you'd have me, I would sit here and do this for hours and hours and hours. And that's it with the lines there.
Nice. That looks great.
I didn't get around to it today, but the letters as well with the OMG is so pop arty as well.
Oh, I
And it's
love
so easy to do the block letters.
that. Looks great.
I'm just going over it with my sponge file to make the background matte. Also just evens out any bumpy surfaces from the dots as well. Just like that.
I love that.
And then where's my brush with my white? In fact, I'll do the hair first.
I should
So,
say we have about 5 minutes before it cuts off, just so you know.
okay, right. I'll do the eye then because that's the hardest bit.
Yeah.
So it's like an almond shape is the best way I can describe it. So your pulling it with the corners. I start with a circle and then I pull the corners out. And eyes tend to slope more this way and up at the edges. Hopefully, you know what I mean. And the more round you go, the more open it's going to look, but it's not a perfect circle. A lot of people will do eyes and they'll make it like a perfect circle, which is quite Halloweeny.
Yeah.
But for pop art, it's maybe not what you want, unless you're doing like, the girls that are like super shocked and the crying faces as well is one I see a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm gonna go in with olivine. I've just flash cured that. I haven't cured it properly. And I'm just gonna do a circle. Just like that. And I'm gonna quickly flash cure it. How are we doing for time?
It's 57 now, and we
All right.
started.
Okay.
I wish I
um,
got one, but I know Instagram cuts you off, which is annoying.
Is that new? Because I did a live stream with one of the other Glitterbels nail techs in here about a month ago, and we were sitting chatting for like 2 hours.
Oh, that's what I've always thought, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I've been
Maybe
told.
it's because you're on a business account.
Oh, maybe actually, yeah, that would make sense.
So I'm just gonna go around the edges. A good way to steady your hand as well when you're working is to like rest your other hand against the hand you're holding your tip stand or your nail with. Because that way, if you like accidentally jolt or something, it's not going to completely ruin it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a little eyelid there. And the pupil.
Oh, that looks great.
So quick and easy to do. If you're used to doing your makeup every day, then the kind of shape of the eye and the eyebrow will come quite naturally to you.
Yeah.
And then just pulling the eyelashes. Probably not the neatest ones I've ever done.
Oh no, it still looks amazing.
Start with your thickest end first when you're doing eyelashes because it'll pull out from like the little self-leveled ball into a point, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to stop in a minute. I'm sorry, because I'm scared it's gonna cut off.
I'm pretty much done there anyway. We just
Yeah,
add in the eyebrow and the hair around the outside, and that would be done.
that looks amazing. Well, thank you so much for showing everything today. It's been absolutely incredible.
Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute honor to do this for Scratch Magazine. And
Oh,
I just want to give that little code there. I did get it wrong to start with. It was EMMAGB and then the number 5 and the percent sign, all in capitals, for discount on Glitterbels.
amazing. Well, thank you so much. I hope everyone tries it. And as we said, please tag us both in what you create.
Absolutely. Yes, please. I would love to see. My Instagram is at Fáilte Fae. I know a lot of people can't say it because it's actually Scottish Gaelic, which but I just wanted to give a little plug there just so that if you do try it, I would love to see.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you for having me. It's been amazing.
It's been great. It's been such a great live to see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you guys for watching as well. Bye.
Bye.